I'm going to show you how I clean one of these today. I've literally done this hundreds and hundreds of times in my life. I've got it down to a procedure now that works good for me. Step by step, I'm going to show you what I do when I clean one of these carburetors. One of these Honda style carburetors. I call it a Honda style carburetor because there are many different carburetors out there that are actually not Hondas, but they're the same design. You clean these the exact same way. There's Chondas out there. We call them Chondas around here because they're a Chinese knockoff of a Honda. Lots of those out there, lots of those out there. There's some Kohlers. There's this carburetor right here is a Kohler. It's the exact same type of carburetor. The mechanisms on the top are a little bit different, where the fuel line plugs in is a little bit bigger, but you clean it the exact same way. That's what we're going to learn how to clean today. Briggs & Stratton Tecumseh, not what you're looking for here in this video. It is completely different for a Briggs & Stratton or a Tecumseh. This is just these Honda style carburetors is what I call it. So let's go. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. You're going to need some miscellaneous tools. I'm going to take you through the tools that you need as we do this. And, oh yeah, thanks for reminding me. You also need a beer. I'm going with my staple, Lucky Lager today. Clean the outside of your carburetor before we even open it up. I take an air gun, my compressor air gun, blow it off as best as you can. Get all the big crappy stuff off of there first. And sometimes it's really not that clean. I'll take carb spray like this and just spray the whole thing with carb spray and blow it off again. Wear eye protection when you're doing this. You don't want any of this in your eyes. And then blow that off again till the outside of the carburetor is as clean as you can get it. You got that carburetor on your bench. First thing I do after that, 10mm wrench. No 3/8 won't work. Got to be a 10mm wrench. We're going to get that float bowl off of there. So undo that float bowl like that. And you know, you're probably going to see a little gas drain out on your rag. That's okay. It's actually not a bad idea if that does that, because then you can see if there's any water in your carburetor, because when it hits that rag, the gas will just soak right in. And if you have any droplets of water, they're going to hit that rag, and you're going to see the droplets of water are going to be actually sitting right up on top of the rag, and you can clearly look down at that and go, oh, there's water in that carb. Pull that bowl off. There's your float bowl right there. Sometimes it is so plugged up that you just need a new carburetor. Even I have to replace the carburetor sometimes. I can't, it's so bad where I can't even clean it good enough to make it work properly. I have a link back on my description of this video that'll take you back to a site where you can look at some carburetors. They're not actually that expensive. Obviously, if you can clean it like I'm going to show you, it's going to be way more cost effective for you to clean it. Next thing we're going to do is take the float itself off. It's just a pin like this. It's going to easily come out on these style of carburetors. You just pull that pin out, put that down on the rag so you don't lose it, and pull the float bowl out, and it's got your, or sorry, the float itself out, and it's got the float needle on that also. Put that aside. Some of these things actually have a sediment bowl on them. If you have a sediment bowl on there, absolutely take that off. It's going to be needed to be cleaned anyways. Not all of the carburetors have that sediment bowl like that. You 10mm wrench again, unscrew that. We're going to clean all these parts after we disassemble this thing. Next thing you want to do is get your main jet out. Your main jet is right up in the bottom of that stem, right in there. Now this is going to be your biggest challenge right here, believe it or not, is getting that main jet out of that stem. You need the exact right size flat screwdriver for doing this. If you look at this screwdriver right here, this is a typical screwdriver where it flares out on the end like that. Right on the sides, if you try to put that screwdriver in there, it won't go in because it's too wide. What I've done in the past is I've done this, where I take one of those screwdrivers, but I just put it on my bench grinder and I grind that so it's straighter like that. Now that'll fit in there. The point of that is because once we get this main jet out, I'm going to show you, but it's a very soft brass piece that strips really easy. If you don't have your screwdriver that fits in there exactly properly, and that main jet is really tight, and you turn it, it'll just rip the brass out and strip that out, and then you're screwed. You will never get that sucker out of there ever again. So let's get that out. Fits in there. We unscrew that, and that's going to come out. Now there is your main jet right there. Now you can see what I mean by the little brass ends. Your flat screwdriver only connects there and there. So if it doesn't fit absolutely perfectly, you're going to wreck that thing and you're not going to be able to get it out. That's your main jet. The next thing that's in there is what's called your main nozzle. It's a long tube. If you look through the throat of your carburetor on your choke side, very important, open your choke up and you can see it way better and get at that better. You see a little brass piece poking up. That's the end of your main nozzle. If you can get a little screwdriver in there and push that down like that to pop it out, and remember you have to have that main jet out first, and then this should just pop out. If you push it down like that, it is going to probably pop out. Now there you go. It just popped right out in my hand. If you can't get that out, I have a specialty tool. I'll just show you this real quick. It's a tiny little easy out. It's made for extracting broken bolts and whatnot, but it's a very small one. You see that? This works great. Sometimes your carburetor is so dirty and it's so gummed up, and this main nozzle could be glued in there. You can actually just take a little easy out if you have one around. Look down the center post there so you can see the end of it. That'll fit right in there, and you can just twist it out like that and pull on it, and that works just great. It comes out just like that. I love this little easy out tool because I run into that all the time. Next thing we have to get out is the pilot jet. Pilot jet's right up in the top here like this. Before we take that pilot jet out, we got to clean a little bit before we take that out. Take your carb spray with your red tube on it. Now you're going to see that you're going to have two holes on all these style carburetors. They have two holes on the outside, like when you take your air filter side off. That's where those two holes are, on your choke side. You look at that hole right there, and that's right in line with your pilot jet, which is here. Now, we have to squirt some carb spray through that, and it's going to go through the pilot jet, and it's going to come out on the other side of the carburetor inside the venturi. If you look inside that venturi, you're going to see some tiny little holes right there. Now, to make sure that that passageway is clean, we take that carb spray and we put that red nozzle in that hole that's in line with that, and then turn it around as you spray that carb spray. And when you do that, you'll see carb spray squirting out those holes inside your venturi. If you see carb spray squirting out all those holes, that's awesome. They're clean. If one of them's a little bit plugged, just give her on there, and I've never seen one yet that won't clear itself by just high pressure carb spray like that. Now we know that passage is clear. Hey, while we're at it, there's another hole there. Just squirt some carb spray in there too, and it's the opposite side, and you're just going to see some carb spray drain right out the bottom of that post right there. I've actually never seen one of those plugged myself, but give it a little blast and make sure you see some carb spray draining out the bottom. Now that's clear, that's clear. Now we can take the pilot jet out. You just take a little screwdriver and pull this out. This is your idle adjustment screw. That's going to be holding it in. Sometimes they have this little cap on it, sometimes they don't. Remove all that till you see something that looks like that right there. Needle nose pliers, excellent idea. Makes it way easier. You get your needle nose pliers in there like that, and that'll just pull right out of there. There is your pilot jet. While we're talking about pilot jets, you're going to see some carburetors out there, even some Hondas, that they're the same style of carburetor. The pilot jet is a little bit different. Here's a carburetor right here that's on a Honda. It's a Honda carburetor. It's on a Honda lawnmower. Right where the pilot jet is, what I just showed you, instead of being an external pilot jet that you can pull right out and hold in your hand, the pilot jet is actually inside the carburetor. It's built into the carburetor down lower. Phillips screwdriver, pull that screw out of there. Now you look down inside and you can see there's a little tiny hole in there. That's the pilot jet, and what I would call an internal pilot jet, and that other one's an external pilot jet. It's the only two differences that I've ever seen. Now we're going to start with that pilot jet while we're talking about that. If you have your external one like this, it's important that you look at that inside right there where it goes down. There's a hole in there. Now you need to make sure that hole is clear. It is a tiniest hole. How I know if it's clear or not, carb spray red tube right on the end, and look at that. You see that? You see how it squirted right out the sides like that? That means that hole is clear. Many times you're going to take your carb apart and you're going to take this and squirt it and nothing comes out the sides. That hole's plugged. If you're lucky, maybe a twist tie. If you take a twist tie and peel some of that plastic off and get that twist tie in there, maybe you can get that twist tie in there to clear that hole out too. Just wiggle it back and forth, almost like a drill bit. You just kind of hand crank it through there. I'm going to put a link also on my description for a welding tip cleaner. You can get tip cleaners for welders. Looks just like this. These are actually really handy for cleaning a Honda carburetor. It comes with all kinds of those little pokers. Take that smallest one right there, and that should go through there. If it doesn't, you just keep going back and forth, twisting it back and forth until you can get that thing right through that hole, and then you can take your carb spray and blast that carb spray through, and boom, it squirts out the sides. You know that hole's clear now. Now your pilot jet's clear on that style pilot jet. Real quickly here, the one I just showed you where you take that screw on, it's an internal pilot jet. Same thing with that. You just got to do it down manually, down through the carburetor, and make sure that hole is clear too. Okay, let's go through some easy ones now. Your sediment bowl, if you have one. Literally carb spray in there, blow it out till there's no sediment left in there. Nice and easy. Your bowl, make sure that you spray that out. Sometimes you got to take a little screwdriver and actually scrape some of that rust out of there. Like that. Spray it, blow it out with your air gun till your bowl's clean. Now we're going to move on to pretty much the only thing left here is your main nozzle and your main jet. Start with the main nozzle right here. You're going to see that there's a bunch of tiny little holes here. You need to make sure that those are clear. Before you start poking anything through there, maybe it doesn't need cleaned. Look through. Take that thing and put it up to a light bulb like that and see if you can see through all those holes. If you can see through all those holes and then look right down the end of it through the tube, If you can see through there and it looks clean, those holes are clean, you probably don't need to clean it. If one of them are plugged or whatever, you're going to have to poke that out the same way as I told you how to do the pilot jet. Run a little wire through there if you can. Keep going until you can actually see through all those holes. Now that main nozzle right there is going to be clean when you can see through all those holes. The main jet, even easier. Look through that thing up at a light bulb and you're going to see if it's plugged or not. There is a lot of times I've taken these carburetors apart and that little main jet right there is the only problem. It is plugged, and all you got to do is twist tie wire. Again, actually works really good on that, or your welding tip cleaners. Run that through there until you can see through that hole. Blast it out with your carb spray again. So there you go. That's that's everything that you can clean on that carburetor right there. Hopefully you remembered how everything came apart and where it all goes again. Just in case you didn't, I'm going to take you through real quick how to get this back together. We'll start with your pilot jet. Pilot jet pops right back in there, and that little holder is not on all of them. You get your idle screw back in there. Your main nozzle goes in after that. It only goes in one way. It goes in that way with the smallest end of that main nozzle goes into the carburetor first, like that. That should just go right back down into place. Now your main jet goes in. It only goes in one way with your screwdriver part out. And screw that back in. And real important, you don't screw that in too tight, because it is that soft brass. If you tighten it in there and just tighten it in there snug, hold that nice and level like that, and just snug in there. If you try to crank it in too tight, I'm telling you, that brass is soft. You're going to strip that off of there. Next thing we need to do is put your float back on and your needle back in. I just realized I did actually miss it's not a critical part, but while you're in here, this is called your seat of your carburetor. That's where the needle on the float goes into that seat. Sometimes that seat's got a little bit of crust on the bottom of it and the needle's not going to seat on there properly. Q-tips work absolutely great. Spray the end of a Q-tip with a little carb spray like that, and that'll fit right in there, and just go in there like that and just clean the bottom of that seat. Okay, you got that clean. Float and needle go back in. That little pin goes back in. Sediment bowl, if you had one, screw that back on. And nice clean float bowl. Put that back on too. Screw goes back in. And 10 millimeter wrench. Grab that 10 millimeter wrench and tighten that up. Tighten your sediment bowl up. And that right there, I would be absolutely comfortable putting that back on the unit right now. And I would say, you know what, this thing's going to run absolutely perfectly now, providing it was a carburetor issue to begin with. It might, the reason your unit wasn't running or whatever, might not have been a bad carburetor. So there you go. I hope I helped you guys out again. Hope I saved you some money. I love saving you guys some money. If you didn't have to take that into the shop and do that, it's not that hard to do yourself. Subscribe to my channel as always, and give me that thumbs up button, like it. Share this with your friends, guys. There's a lot of you guys out there that really wanted to know that. I know some of your friends are going to want to see it. Share it. And what can I say? I can't think of anything else. So here we go. Steve out. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, click on that little button right there. If you'd like to see the full version of this video, it's a lot more detailed, a lot more in-depth, click right there.